period is
yes, continue. It's me.
okay.
Yes.
This fasting period is one of the fundamental or one of the basic principle of our religion.
Okay, I think it's pillars.
Pillars, yes, one of the pillars of our religion. Our religion has 5 pillars.
Okay.
One of these is to fast.
Okay.
During the Ramadan month. That is an order of God in our holy book,
okay.
which is the Quran, and the goal is to permit to us to forgive our sins and to get
wait, during this period, the objective is for you to fast and to ask God to forgive your sins. Is that the main objective of the Ramadan season?
I didn't understand.
Yes, from what you said, the objective, one of the main objectives of the fasting period, the Ramadan season, is for every Muslim to fast and to pray God to forgive his or her sins.
Yes.
So, what are the other pillars? What are the 5 pillars in order of importance?
The 5 pillars are the first is to when you want to become first, you have to become, you have to believe in God, and one of the first pillar is to pronounce. The first pillar is to pronounce the how to say
to proclaim your faith. Proclaim
yes,
your
to
faith
proclaim
means
your faith by saying, yes, to proclaim your faith by pronouncing a formula.
Okay, so there's a formula every day that you must pronounce.
No, not every day. According to in my case, I was born like Muslim.
Oh, yes.
Yes, I was born like a Muslim, so I have not obligation to pronounce it. That's natural. Yes. So if another people
if I convert into a Muslim,
yes, if you convert, the first thing that you have to do is to pronounce this formula. This formula is to recognize that God is only, and the Prophet Muhammad is his messenger. And that's the most important formula, the most important pillar. And after this, we have the prayer.
Okay.
Yes, we have a prayer that consists to make five prayers by day.
Every day.
Every day. 5 prayers every day. And the third is the fasting period of Ramadan. The fourth is to pay. In Arab, you say zakat. That is like some money that you have to, or some money that you have to get in all your hounds.
Mm-hmm.
For example, the 10% in church, that yes.
In the
I'm
church,
thinking,
it is tithe. In church, tithe, le dixième, the tithe.
In our religion, if on a year passed, after a year, you there is a minimum of amount that if you have it, you have to pay this 2.5% of this amount. You have to give it at
the mosque.
Poor people, at poor people.
No, you give to poor people.
Give to poor people in order to permit to them to have some possibility after to give it again also.
Okay, no, so it is not tithe. That one is alms to the poor.
Yes, alms to the poor.
So that is the only. Is that the only amount? Is that the only money that Islam obliges you to give to the poor, or there is some other money that you are supposed to give?
No, that is an obligation. That is which is an obligation on who have this possibility.
Yes.
And over harms that you have to give is not obliged.
But what are the other? Because with the Christians, they are obliged to give 10% of what they earn every year, every month to the church. And then they are obliged to also contribute every day they go to church. They have to contribute, give alms, and also pay this thing, how do they call it? Also give, apart from alms, contribute to many projects in the church. So my question is this: you in the Muslim religion, since we are on the fourth pillar, which is alms, giving alms to the poor, is there any other mandatory contribution, financial contribution to the mosque or to Islam by all Muslims? Is there any other amount that you must give?
Yes, it is the same principle. There is other forms of contribution in the for the Muslim people. When you are in a mosque, you have to contribute sometimes. You have to contribute sometimes to the mosque development and to bring solution on over Muslim problems. And if those problems are financial problems, they say this in the mosque, and all the believers try to contribute to help those people. And if you are if you are a rich man, you have also a possibility to try to help all these people who are poor or who have not possibility to get something. So there is many sort of contribution.
Okay.
So what is obliged? What is
mandatory?
mandatory is 2.5% of your annual
income,
which is not which has not been used.
So if
after all your expensive, after all your expensive, and after 1 hour, 1 year, and after all your expensive, you have which is the rest, how to say?
Yeah, the remaining money.
Yes, the remaining money you have to get 2.5% of this remaining money to give to poor people.
So
and
it is
if
not.
You have not money. If you have not. In our rural area, some people have not money.
No, some people don't have. Don't have.
Some people don't have money, liquidity.
Yes.
Yes. So they have.
They have crops. Crops. Let record.
Yes, crops and
other material things.
Yes, other material things. So there is possibility to get there is a form of to say there is another manner to permit to them to get these harms to on the house.
Okay, so now let us come back to fasting. What are you not allowed to do during this period? What is a Muslim not allowed to do? Not authorized. Authorized to do.
First, you are not authorized to eat during the sunrise.
Okay. So during between sunrise and sunset.
Sunrise and sunset.
Okay.
Yeah, you are not authorized to eat and so to put something in your mouth in order to
swallow.
Yes.
To swallow, avaler.
Yes, okay. To swallow.
To swallow. Okay.
That is the first interdiction. So after this, you are not authorized to how to say. There is many things which can reduce your benefits. After the first principle is to avoid to swallow something. That is the first principle of the fast. So after this, there is many. There are many things around this principle.
Okay.
So that you have to respect in order to permit to your fast to be accepted by God.
Which means that even if you are sick, you should not eat or drink during this period, sunset and sunrise and sunset. Even if you are sick.
No.
Or there are exceptions.
No. there are exceptions for people who are sick and for people who are in traveling.
Who are traveling.
We are traveling. So in last period in Arabic people, or in the last period,
in the past,
it was difficult to travel.
Okay.
Because people traveled with
horse
animals,
on horseback,
on horseback
or camelback.
Camelback.
Okay.
So there is a difference now because we can travel with plane and some cars, etc. So this principle is if you know that when you will travel, it will be difficult for you to support the fast. You can leave it in the number of days that you have to travel, and after the Ramadan period, you have
to pay back.
You have to pay back. Yes, you have to pay back before the next Ramadan.
So it is not immediately after Ramadan, but you, in your conscience,
if you want, you can pay back after Ramadan. For me, generally, when I was a small boy, when I was sick. After Ramadan, I try to pay back quickly in order to not in order to never how to say
what do you want to say?
Oublier.
Forget.
Forget, yes.
Okay. So please.
It is the same. Yes.
No, go ahead. It's the same as.
It's the same as for women. For women, because there is a period in the month that women can't pray because of
their menses.
Yes.
Le menstrue.
Yes, the menses in this period, they don't pray and
pray.
They don't pray and they can't fast also. So
okay, they can't fast.
They can't fast.
But when after their menses, they will pay back, repay.
Yes, the fast period let's.
Okay, now I understand better. But please, supporter in English has two. In French, it has two meanings, and in English too. Supporter une situation in English is to bear. To bear, B-E-A-R, it's there. After camelback, bear or withstand. For example, if you are sick and you need to take your drugs, you can't bear to fast. I can't bear to fast means je ne peux pas supporter le jeûne. But after the fasting, after you get well, you will repay or catch up. Catch up means rattraper. Catch up the lost days, les jours perdus. So you will catch up the lost days of your fasting and then continue with your life. So your problem was that when you were a child, every time you were sick, you counted the days during the fasting period, and after the Ramadan, you cut up immediately. Past tense of catch is cut. So you cut up immediately the lost days so that you shouldn't forget. Oublier.
Yes.
So that you shouldn't forget. Okay. So right now, this week, that do you still have the same working hours at the office? now that you are fasting, or your bosses understand that, no, this man is a Muslim and we have to maybe tell him to come to work once a week or twice a week? Or do you go to the office every day and you do the same work?
There is no change in my program. I went to the office every day at the same time. So the difference was that when the time of the last time of in the day,
yes.
So I usually I usually finish at 5:30 p.m.
Okay.
So before Ramadan, sometimes we work until 8 p.m. before enter in my home. So during Ramadan period, when the time is
5
arrived,
p.m. Yes.
Yes, I try to enter my home in order to prepare my my catching my
in order to prepare yourself to prepare yourself, first of all, to eat, yes, to break the fast. Good.
To break the fast. Yes.
Yes. So please, before we go back, you don't enter your home, you return home or you go back home. Go back home. And then
go back home.
Good. You prepare yourself to break the fast. Casser le jeûne. So at the office, whether there is work or no work, every day now for these 30 days, you go back, at 5:30, you leave the office.
Yes.
But are you the only Muslim in your office?
I am not the only Muslim, so there are others Muslim. So others Muslim are what to say? Our car drivers. So they have not. They don't have. They don't have opportunity
to break.
Yes, in this strategic. I can say yes, I can say I am the only Muslim in some top level.
In the management team.
It's not the management team, so others Muslim are only drivers car. Yes, drivers of our cars.
Okay. So what do they do there? Because maybe the boss, the person he is driving is not a Muslim, and the person is at the office till 8 p.m. Does the driver go back home and leave the boss there, or the driver has to wait?
So that depends on the boss on completion.
Okay.
So normally the driver has to wait for the boss.
Okay. So now this week, tell me about your week at the office, because not only it has to change, but how was your week at the office? What did you do concretely?
Concretely, now we are making some analysis about our results. Analysis about our results of the two last quarterlies of the year of 2021 of our activities. We have to analyze those results in order to share it to our founder.
Okay.
Our founder before before the 15th of April.
April, okay.
April.
Oh. So the analysis, do you do it alone or you have a team that does it with you?
Yes, we have a team. We have a team. We have a team. This team has been classified in different groups.
Okay.
By some thematics.
Okay.
In order to go faster.
Oh. Okay. Which means that your analysis, the analysis for 2021, it's now in April that you are doing that.
Yes. That is not that is for share it to our founder. So in every end of a quarterly, we do some analysis. Some analysis.
Yeah.
Some analysis, yes, in order to bring back to make a feedback to our implementers, partners, and in order to take some decision, operational decisions.
Okay.
So that what we are doing is for sharing to our
the funders,
global funder, the founders,
okay,
our global funders, and then we do this after the semester.
Yes, after the semester or the term.
After?
Wait, 4 months or 3 months? After 3 months, it's a term. Or trimester. So is it after 3 months?
After 3 months, we make only feedback to our implementers partners okay. After analysis.
Okay.
And to share the results to our founders, we do it after 6 months.
Okay. So so you do it twice a year.
Twice a year.
Okay. And what does the what do the analysis consist of? What are you analyzing? And in what categories?
Yes, we analyze with our founder. We have some contractual indicators.
Okay.
Indicators. We are all those indicators must be analyzed in order to we look first we target of the indicator, and we try to compare this target. We have to compare the results of our activities to the target which has been fixed by the founder before the beginning of the year.
Okay.
That is the first thing that we have to do. And now and there we calculate the performance of about this indicator. We do the same thing for all the contractual indicators, and after I will try to explain for one indicator, and that is the same for
all indicators. Yes.
The indicators. And after calculating the performance, we try to disagree or to make subdivision of the results. So we try to for example, we are an educator about the number of cases of tuberculosis which has been which has been which had been sent by our actors.
Okay.
The numbers of tuberculosis cases. This number we have to see this number by sex of all cases. So we have men which have the tuberculosis and women who have tuberculosis. After this, we try to look the result by age. By age, so we have to classify all those the numbers of people who have tuberculosis by classify it in the different groups, age groups.
Age groups, yes.
Age groups. We try also. We have some strategies, some activities which permit in the tuberculosis domain. We have some 3 strategies which permit to get or to which permit to our activities is communitarian activity.
Okay.
So our actor go in community.
Yes, communities.
Communities to screen people, a verbal screening. They try to search some symptoms of tuberculosis. And if there is some presumed case, they ask to them to go to hospital in order to be examined by the doctor.
Okay.
If these people is positive, so it become a tuberculosis patient. So here, that is what we enumerate like number of cases of tuberculosis sent by our actors.
Okay.
So that is what we, and although there is some techniques. There is some techniques to go to in the communities in order to see this case. So we try to know all the contributions, the different contributions of all those techniques or all those strategies in order to classify the strategies which has been most performant. So that is to permit to program implementers to make accent in this strategy, because this strategy is most contribute more to the results.
Good.
After this, we try to look another source of data, like the national program of tuberculosis, and in order to compare our result to what they have.
Okay. So good. Let us solve this your French that you are putting in this English. Look at it. You said action communautaire ou activité communautaire. Hein? Community actions. There is nothing like communitarian or what you said there. No, it is community activities, community actions.
Actions.
Yes. Agent communautaire, it's community agent.
Community
Agent de
agent.
santé communautaire is a health, community health agent. So the word communautaire is community. There is nothing after that. Make accents is, as you said, you wanted to say mettre l'accent sur.
Yes.
Please, is to lay emphasis on.
On.
So mettre l'accent sur telle action, telle solution, etc. So to lay emphasis on. And then
yes.
Performant in English is efficient.
Efficient.
So which actions were efficient? Quelles actions étaient performantes? Which activities were efficient? Quelles actions étaient performantes? So it's efficient. And then you use a word there, examinate, to say examiner. No, it's to examine. Or the past tense is examine. Examine. Examiner. It's not examinate.
Examine by.
This examine. Is it. Look, to examine something means étudier ou examiner. So,
examine.
So, to examine, not examinate. No, there is no word like that. So you examine the data. You examine the data first before you analyze it to make sure that the data is correct. And then when you are analyzing the data, so it is analysis or analyze or analysis. Analysis, not analysis. Analysis. Analysis.
Analysis.
Good. Analysis, not
analyze.
No, you analyze, but your analysis depends on this. Good. And then, please, so remember, examiner is to examine. I have a problem. Yes, look at this. These three words. Another. Can you see the chat window?
Yes, I can see.
Good. Another, other, and others. Because you were saying you were using it, you used it in your own way. Another is when it is un autre or une autre. Another factor, another data, another information when it is one, un autre. When it is one or when it is more than one, you use other and it comes, there is no S. So you don't say others Muslims, others peoples. No, other Muslims. That is where you put the noun in plural. So you cannot say other alone. No, it must be other without S must be followed by the noun in plural. For example, other colleagues, les autres, d'autres collègues, other countries, d'autres pays, ou les autres pays, ou les autres collègues. And then now, others with S is not followed by anything. Others with S means les autres, dont on a d'abord parlé. So you cannot say others people. No, you say other people with no S. So if you are talking about factors, and then you come, the others, les autres facteurs, it means that I'm following your reasoning from what you previously said. So please always use other without S, followed by the noun in plural. When it is in singular, use another plus noun. Another reason. But other reasons, d'autres raisons. Do you see the difference now?
Okay.
Good. So, Mr. Kone, before we finish here on this, your weekly program, what are some of the difficulties you faced this week in doing your work? Or everything went on smoothly?
What work?
At the office.
Office, okay.
On your analysis.
The difficulties that are...
Yeah, maybe you face some difficulties.
Yes. For the beginning of the... At the beginning of the week, our difficulties were in the comprehension of the new instructions of our founder, because we have some manner to share it, our report.
Okay.
So there are new instructions that they gave to us. So we have to respect those instructions. So that is why it was very difficult for us at the beginning of the week to understand those new instructions. So now
instructions.
Instructions. So now we have resolved it.
Okay.
And, yes, we are trying to do like they want.
So that was the difficulty, first of all, to read and understand the instructions provided by the new instructions provided by the funders. My question is that since you have several different funders means that you have a funder for, you have many different funders. Are their instructions the same? Or sometimes a funder has completely different instructions and directives? Yes. Are the instructions the same?
No. The instructions are not the same.
Okay. So you need to.
We are.
Yes, go ahead.
In our NGO, we have 3 or 4 funders. Okay. For different projects. So for all those projects, we have different instruction or different ways to share or to send the reports, and we have different terms of sending the report.
Okay. So right now, so what you can say that you can conclude, you can confidently say that this past week, the only major difficulty at work was to understand the instructions from the funders, the new instructions, and apply them.
Yes, for our big funder.
Okay.
Our principal funder.
Okay, we have come back to principal, which is main funder.
Our main. Yes,
good, the main funder. Okay.
The main funder.
Good. Thank you very much, Mr. Kone. I have a problem with this, your program that we agreed on. There is activity 6. No, is it activity 6? Yeah, activity 5. Activity 5 of your training was that you should you should read. No, you should write a biography, your biography. This is it. No, sorry, I didn't copy it because I am still there in the WhatsApp group. Where's Mr. Kone? Okay, he's here. I copy. Good. Yeah. So, I don't know whether you can have time this week. So it's not listening comprehension, it was writing. Write your biography and post in the WhatsApp forum for correction. Then read the corrected version aloud, record, and post. So when you send me the biography, I will correct. And then now you will read the corrected version and post. And then we can schedule a WhatsApp call during the week, because I prefer that you are relaxed when we have our Zoom session. Not that you are in the office, your colleague is passing, disturbing you, distracting you.
Yes.
Yes, I think here, since we started this Zoom session, you are concentrated and you retain more. So please, yes, if you can do that, then your educational background. I just want, the objective of this activity is that you should be able to talk about yourself freely in English. When you are interacting, you can meet somebody from England. You can meet somebody maybe on a plane or while you are traveling or in a hotel, and you are obliged to interact with him. And he's like, in Cote d'Ivoire, I hear that everybody there, every man there is a polygamist. You say, yes, very good. That is what you hear. But my father was not a polygamist. My father was a monogamist. And then you talk about yourself freely. So that is, I would like that we have our Zoom session next week on this. But before then, write the biography the way you can write it. I will correct. And then you also add your educational background, how you went to school. I started school, primary school, secondary school, university, professional school, etc. And so that we can see it clearly, so that when we come now, we'll discuss your biography and we know that we have solved that one. We'll now move to the next month or next activity under this. And please remember, I am insisting that read The Village with No Men, the text again, and post on WhatsApp. Because you will discover that some of these pronunciation problems that you have, we have solved them in, we have previously solved them, but you didn't retain everything. So I hope the program that I sent to you, do you find it okay, or you have some questions or worries about it?
For me, the program is okay. It's a good program. So I have to make some effort in order to respect it and to do it at time.
On time.
On time.
Yes. On time, I learn.
Yes.
Okay. So no problem. Just what I want is that I know you are busy, and then this is not a good month for us to be talking about English when you are fasting. And
yes.
So just do your best. And remember that our main objective here is for you to speak fluently.
Yes. Yes.
And to use the vocabulary that you already have in French, to transfer it in English and speak with no problem.
Okay.
So for today, please, we have two main things that we have noticed, that we have worked on. False cognates, les faux amis. And you now know that communauté is community. Communautaire is community. Examiner is examine.
Examine.
Not examinate. Examine. Then mettre l'accent sur is lay emphasis on.
Emphasis on.
Yes, lay emphasis on or stress on. Stress on.
Stress on.
Stress on. And then you also know that if he's whether performant is efficient, is efficient. So not performant, no, efficient. And then for pronunciation problems, we have 4 words that you need to pronounce well. They are, when you see home, and you say home, or house, you say house. It is home, house.
Home.
So when you see happy, good. When you see H, always know that it is
Okay.
Good. There are only 3 words. The first one is hour. The second is honest. The third is honor. These 3 words are the ones where you don't pronounce H. The rest, you must pronounce H. So house, home, happy, history. L'histoire is history. History.
Okay.
History. And then you also have pray that you say pray or something like that. Okay. No, it's pray.
Pray.
Pray. And then la prière is prayer, not prayer. Prayer. Prayer.
Pray.
Prayer. And then this is your difficulty. It's difficult.
Difficulties. Difficult.
Difficult. Instructions or instruct.
Instructions.
Instructor. Instructor. So it's not instruct. It's just the same like construction, not constrict. Construction. Good. Construction. So there is no problem. Thank you very much for your, how do they call it, your patience and your sacrifice. I know now you need to keep your energy till 6 p.m. where you can eat something. So yeah. I've made you to talk a lot today, so no problem. I will send you this window, this chat window, and the video link, the link to the video. Okay. Please, when you have time, just play it and you listen to your own voice speaking English, because this is, yes. And then next session, we will see whether you have improved, etc. So, okay. Yes, I'll send it to you immediately. I put the video online, but it is private. It is not a public video. Okay. Please. Good.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks very much. Have a wonderful weekend.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Same for you.
Okay.